Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the weekend's here. Save my soul. Who's on with it? Who's on with it?
Yeah, I'm streaming. Niggas, they're cheating and trying to scout both of us.
Super Bowl dreams are on the line.
Take your ass to sleep.
Championship, where only one team can move on. It's the Panthers going up against the Saints. With that, we'll send you out to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, where we'll check in with the two men calling the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints.
He was wearing his shit.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. He's got time. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
That was just being
And when
greedy.
this offense is clicking on all cylinders,
down.
the running
Being
back is
greedy.
in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Oh my God! Please stay exactly the way you're staying on defense.
Now Breeze on
Don't
third.
do it.
Nowhere
Damn.
to escape, and he goes down.
Good shit.
Charles
Seen the blitz.
Johnson
Those are like stayed
in
there.
there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Good fucking shit. Good shit.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Panthers, Ted Ginn.
Defense, we're shut out. So, it's your time to do your job.
Pulled in at the 24.
Yeah,
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Kelvin Benjamin has to be a feature of this offense that's on your screen now.
Definitely a #1 receiver, a huge target with some speed. It's almost like go-go gadget when he goes up to get the football. No matter how you defend him, he can go just a little bit higher.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. To throw on second down is Newton. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
I got there, but he threw the ball right when I got there.
They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking
Come
a
on,
lot, no
guy.
matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a
Easy.
defensive back.
Yeah.
He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
You know you got them tall-ass wide receivers.
Stewart on the counter. And able to push his way
play
forward
action.
here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Stephon Anthony acclimated quite quickly to the NFL. As soon as he joined the team, he became their leading tackler.
2nd down to the offense, needing 5 yards. The play fake to Stewart. It's Newton.
God damn, I left my zone.
Hang on.
Let's fucking
That's
go.
definitely
Good
going to be
hit.
one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
We can hold him to a field goal. Yeah, that would be gorgeous.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he
So that
finds a
shit
man.
come in.
It's Olsen.
And fucking
That one
complete
goes
it.
for
Come on.
16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they were in the red zone, and they needed a first down. Was it a surprise to you that they went to the tight end?
Not at all. I thought, though, the defense might put a little more pressure on him, but still able to complete it. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
All right,
And
let's get back to the game
three
plan.
and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're...
Ingram churning. He lost the football.
He's
and
down.
These guys are going to take over at the
Get the fuck outta
21-yard
here.
line. Here's the
It's not a
Carolina
fumble, nigga,
offense as they
down.
get ready to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go
Yo,
back
Ingram,
out there
that's
and
a
get it
fucking
done again.
fumbling.
Doesn't matter
Jesus.
what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now,
This
and they
nigga
want to get out
fumbles
there
like
and show
at
it.
least 2
Yeah,
times a
hoping to
game.
stay in that groove here this go-around. Breeze to throw on 2nd down.
Ooh,
And that one got
about
tipped.
pick
Kind of threw
6.
everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Yo, offensive line,
And the
y'all
starting
ain't blocking
crew
this
defensively
game.
for
Getting
Carolina.
laid the
Kevon
fuck
Short
out.
came out of Purdue as one of the top-rated defensive tackle prospects. Now he's one of the top-rated NFL players.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze.
Why
And
did
he
you
comes back
log
with
that?
one
Oh my
complete.
God, are you
And he's
serious?
able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice
Oh,
job
I
defensively to
fucking
get
lobbed
to
it.
him and keep him short of the first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Ginn. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now Newton looking deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Offense still leading 10 yards. He was raining on both of our asses.
Stewart is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
And this offensive unit, they have to face a 3rd down and 12 now. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And almost picked
Come
off.
on, man.
I guess the good news
Hold
for
on to
them
the
now is
pick.
4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You
I
didn't
guess.
turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Here's Breeze to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 91 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So from back deep in their own territory, all the way into the end zone. Do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
Blocking the back.
Of a video game call, but it worked. There he goes, left side. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Newton gives off to Stewart. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They come out here in the eye. On second down, they run with Stewart. Cuts back, left sideline. Pass for 20.
Pass.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Deceptively fast.
Stewart is the lone setback. First down and goal to go from the 7. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that run wasn't very successful. They did have a big one on the previous play. So you get the sense that the offense is probing around, trying to find the ones that are going to work. And when they find them, they'll keep coming back to them.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Corey Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. On second down, here's Breeze. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Now Breeze on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Ginn. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Newton now to throw.
Come on, catch the
The
pick.
intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. And now it's second down.
Yeah.
Draw play, Newton to Stewart.
That was a smart draw play.
And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, that run is exactly what you expect from someone of his stature. This is a big back, so you expect him to break some tackles and gain some additional yardage. And it pays dividends, not just for himself as the game goes on, but for his team. Because when he can break down defenses and allow that type of production to happen, it also opens up the passing game in a big way, because at some point, you got to start bringing extra defenders to the line of scrimmage to try and slow him down.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be
Except
stopped
for that
right
one
near the
freaking
line of
fullback
scrimmage.
toss there.
Call it no gain on the
Not
play, and
gonna
it'll
let
be
you
second
blame-
down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
On second down, here's Newton.
Waiting for it.
Benjamin, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his
He
guys
beat me
are
on that
gonna
shit
get the
earlier. It was
football
gonna happen
at the
again. Same formation.
37-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from
Show
deep
me the same
inside their own
formation 3
territory,
times.
which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball
Yeah,
at
if I
least a
have
few
enough time,
times on
Circus
offense,
will be
get a
looking
couple
for
of first
touchdowns.
downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off
Damn,
of. That's what they're looking
safety
for
crossed
here.
out
A good
faster.
pick up there, 26 yards. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the
Come on,
34.
dummy.
2 yards
Fucking
on the
fullback
carry
move.
there, and it'll be second
Fucking
down.
Run to the
Well,
outside.
so many times we look at a
inside
short
in.
run and we praise the offense for
Bump
trying to
into
set the
him.
tempo
Run
and
outside.
establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Breeze to throw on second down. Throwing a
Holding.
slant pattern here, complete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding.
Fucking Joe Thomas ass.
Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Kill. Watch safety creeping.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play...
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted.
fucking
A
threw the ball.
great read, and it's picked off. And they are
Like,
gonna
how
set
long
up
does it
shop
take you to
at the
fucking... Yo, Drew Brees,
32-yard
you're playing like Teddy Bridgewater right now,
Carolina
bro.
getting set to take
Like, the
field.
screen was
And
wide the
following
fuck
the
open.
interception, we'll see what they can put together
Oh
on this
my
drive.
god.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the
You
fewest
gotta be
mistakes will
fucking
win.
kidding me.
What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here's Newton now on second down. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. They come out here in the I. Now Newton. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown. And that'll bring up a fourth down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Who's holding now? What the fuck?
So
It's 2
holding by
times.
the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense,
And then
doesn't
both
it?
my freaking
Longer yardage situations, they
booking
often become
fucking
bolder.
tackles. Both the niggas that shouldn't be holding.
The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze.
Oh my god, I had triangle wide open.
Deep down the field.
Oh, I had
And he
freaking
knocks the
Lena
ball
wide
away,
the
and it
fuck
falls
open. I was about to
incomplete.
I thought I was gonna get sacked and panic
How
and
far
cut
that
the.
pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play?
Oh my
Able to
God,
stay
I
with
had
him,
Fleener
get his
wide the
hands where the
fuck open.
receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Ready, 4 down, check, 4 down.
On third and long, it's Breeze. And he's got it over the middle, Fleener. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you
Yeah,
want
might have to
underneath,
switch
by all
controllers.
means.
That's twice that shit.
This
Yeah,
is
see,
taken at the
he's
18.
fucking doing this lag again. Not the lag, but switching plays.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now the Panthers get set to come back onto the field. And they're coming off for 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize
Whoa,
that's
whoa,
what goes to
whoa,
something
whoa,
else.
wrong
And
shit.
maybe you try and find one of the...
And
Yeah,
now the
waste my
Saints are
time
going
off.
to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Come on, man. Them 2 picks earlier really fucked me over. Especially that stupid pick. You know, I was playing with the fucked up controller, but damn.
first carry for their fullback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. To throw on second down is Newton. And an incomplete pass.
Should have been a pick six.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me? Yeah, that shit's muted.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Nah, I didn't know if you can hear me or not.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Kobe Fleener, the tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he's
Oh
unable
my God,
to
none of y'all niggas hold on to the damn ball.
Complete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on 1st. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, it was good with you.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They start the third quarter on the ground with Stewart. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, you can't hear me? No, the dude, someone commented asking if I'm speaking. I said, what, you can't hear me?
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's able
come on. Damn, no, man.
29, just shy of the 30.
That was a risky
7 yards
draw.
on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field,
Come on, defense,
and make a run as we just saw there.
Just stop.
They come up in an offset eye. To throw is Newton. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now Stewart on first down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left
He
with a
is 4.
3rd and about 4 for a first. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. Now Newton. They'll set up the screen for Stewart. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out what's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
But I'm super focused right now. It's a divisional game.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And some room to work.
Let's fucking go.
10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 50.
I got away from this shit, but this is what got me to the damn playoffs, running the fucking ball.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Breeze now to throw. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU, was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And with that penalty, the offense in a tough spot here, 3rd and 13. Third and long, it's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast and used it to great advantage.
Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 7 yards to go on 2nd down.
4 down. Ready. We waiting?
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
From the gun on third down, Breeze.
He's fucking wide open, throw the ball.
Incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win.
Good
and the
defense.
name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this one's high, but not very far. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
I don't know yet because dudes in BOE didn't play yet. It was just me and it was me and Sweets that played.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
But in this league, if I win this shit, I'm gonna be versing my boy Trill.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup. And that leads to a Carolina first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The busy night continuing for Stewart. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Back now here live in New Orleans. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Stewart is the lone setback. He'll get the football here. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore.
It's 3 of you hoes back there, not one of y'all. If I'm in switch and jump, y'all niggas just gonna watch him catch that shit.
In the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. They come out here in the eye. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ziggy Ansah in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this one is right down Broadway. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring
What
to
team
come
are you
back
talking
out,
about?
and you think, I don't know that
You
field
talking about the
goals
Patriots?
are
And
going
my
to be enough
Patriots
to
again
get
in
us
real
home.
life.
After
We're
knocking
talking
through
about
the
the
field goal,
Vikings and
here's Cano
BOE.
back out there now for the
Teddy
kickoff.
Bridgewater sucks.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
We're talking about the Saints.
Offense
I'm
now,
only using this team in the league. They ain't my real team.
And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Now Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. So
Come on, I'm stuck on my guy.
Tackle, but not much daylight after
Look at
that
all that
as he's
fucking
brought
daylight.
down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen
Man, I get
pass.
stuck on
Looked
my
like it was
guy.
coming
You trying to
together.
juke, not
Looked like
can't
there
juke,
was an
trying to spin,
opening.
can't spin
Still,
open.
ended up with a solid game.
It's just
So
stupid.
now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look.
Ah, wrong
60
button.
And
Shit.
a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring
Somebody
up
else
a
open
4th
right
down.
behind you.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Panthers coming out now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Come on, defense. We need a clutch performance play right here.
They go play action with Stewart. Now Newton.
Oh, he was going to him. I
As
was
he
going to put that
releases
off.
it, and that'll fall incomplete.
He was going deep. I was running back there.
This magnitude,
He was getting ready to
but I
take
think
that
it's safe
off.
to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Third and long, it's Newton.
I didn't get back there
And
fast
he's
enough.
taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Here's the option going right. And he's got room. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Panthers.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Here's Stewart. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
On second down, here's Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
Newton now to
Catch the
throw.
pick, man.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Breeze to throw on second down.
Burned him.
One, deep left side
Damn,
here.
fucking
Brandon
Drew
Cooks,
Brees
the receiver
overthrew
he
this
was going
shit.
after. And
How do
now
you
it's third
overthrow that
down.
nigga?
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield,
He
that's a
fucking
lot of fun,
burned him and
and
he
they missed
fucking
an
overthrew
opportunity.
him. How
So
is
this
that
offense
possible?
really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football.
Ready? 3 down. 0-2, 0-2. Check. Crunch.
Now Breeze on third down. Surveying the field. And this time he's got the hook
I'm
up.
going
It's
for it.
complete. It's a gain of 7.
It's basically about to be 2 minutes. It's about to be 2 minutes. I could go for it, cause I'm down. I'm down basically a touchdown. I should be able to go for it. I'll see what he says. Yeah, but if I punt it, man, I mean, the way my defense playing, I ain't gonna be able to stop it. Not in the rules, say you could go for it.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. Here's
I'm gonna
Thomas
just punt it.
Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans.
I don't want to hear Cam say anything, so I'm just gonna punt it.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Yes! Let's fucking go!
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Shift together here from the D-line. On the give, this is their fullback. And he is
That's not a safety.
line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Saints are going to take a time.
Yo,
out
that
on
was a
defense.
safety.
It's just their first.
Nigga, Chris, you seen that shit?
To use here in the final stages.
That was my first time touching the safety, and he's not fucking throwing the ball deep, so I had to bring the safety down. Come on. That should have been a goddamn safety.
Newton's going to throw it. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Yeah, but that's, nigga, he's running. There's nothing else I can do on that play. He's at the goal line with fucking, there's no wide receiver on the field.
Newton to throw.
I did it right when he called height, though. I ran down.
6-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave him with just
All right,
one remaining.
that one's on me. That's on me. The only one time I touched my damn safety all season. All season. Didn't touch my safety one time.
Here's Andy Lee now. And you wonder
The one time I touched my safety all season.
Safety here. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right at the 35.
Why y'all blocking in the back? There's no one fucking near me for y'all to be blocking. Man, fuck this shit. I gotta stand up the rest of this shit.
Cooks will come in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice
Hold on to the damn ball, you big bastard.
And brings up third down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply
dropping passes all damn game. Come on, Fleeman. Fucking got cheated on the safety. Now he has to want to catch the fucking ball.
Look to convert here on third. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right?
And now we get a timeout called on
see
the
you use that
defensive
timeout.
side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another pistol look here. He's back to throw.
Oh,
And that's off the mark,
shit,
incomplete.
dude. Yes,
It's
earlier.
always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise,
And that is caught. Touchdown. And
Fucking
they're
go.
one away from taking the lead here in the final minute.
Keep pressing
now
him.
you get a tie game after that touchdown, and you and I both know what that means. Extra point in this situation, this little time left takes on some extra emphasis, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Now inside the final minute, can they
Keep
get it?
pressing
and
him.
hold on?
I was waiting for that shit, man. Fucking safety playing in the damn middle.
Right on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And
Come on,
get it
Vaccaro,
out
man.
past the 20 to the 22
Do your
yard
job.
line. Carolina
Pop
getting
that
set
ball
to
out.
take the field.
Aye, defense.
They only need a
Whew.
field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time?
Yeah, why
Because
is the
from
camera
7
so
seconds
fucking
down,
wide up?
You don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken
go.
down.
Get your money
Whistles
worth.
come in. We're going to get a timeout here.
Let's
by
go.
the
Good
offense.
shit, Cameron Jordan. Good
That'll
shit,
leave them with just
Ziggy
one
Ansah.
remaining in this fourth quarter
Y'all
of
niggas
play.
making your money right now.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw. Now a desperate
that's mine.
throw. And
Give me that.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at
mine
the
all day.
46-yard line.
Let's
And
get it.
over the field comes New Orleans. Only
Whew,
one
this was a
timeout
fucking battle.
defensively, so this should just be a simple
I had
deal
2
there.
fucking battles
I agree
tonight.
totally.
Came
I
back
looked
from
at my time
21-7
management
and
chart. It says
in my
take a
league.
knee, victory formation. They just have one time
to win that shit 21-20.
All she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that. 'cause
Now
nobody
come back
else
in
can.
this shit. I went 21-20 in both leagues. Whew. Hell of a fucking game. See, that decision not to go for it on 4th down paid off. I had 3 timeouts. I was like, fuck it, punt it.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
Oh shit! Hey, did I just hear it? Whew, that was a fucking game. Whoever's watching this stream, I'm ending this shit and I'm reposting another stream. So Jonathan, I'm gonna end this stream and I'm gonna repost another stream for the Super Bowl. I'm playing my boy and that nigga's defensive line on some crackhead shit.